Alright, so when we found the center and the radius of this circle, let's probably go ahead and go back up and plot what we know. So if the center is at -2, 0, that would be right here. And we said that the radius was, and we did this after rationalizing the denominator, the square root of 2 over 2. Now it would be just as easy to think about it as the square root of 1/2. It's going to be a little less than 1. So that tells us that we're going to go up a little less than 1, and we're going to go down a little less than 1, and we're going to go to the right a little less than 1, and to the left a little less than 1. So actually, this is what our circle here is going to look like. Now we also were supposed to find x and y intercepts on this graph. Now we have x-intercepts, we can tell that specifically, but this graph is not crossing the y-axis anywhere. So because there are no y-intercepts, we don't have to try and find them. We can just go through and say, alright, what do we know about all x-intercepts? Well, the y value would be 0. So let's go back to our standard form, and let's write that out as x plus 2 quantity squared plus 0, which is, or y rather, which is 0, squared equals 1/2. Alright, so 0 squared is gone, it's just nothing. So we have x plus 2 quantity squared equals 1/2. Now here is where things get a little tricky. To undo the square, we have to take the square root of both sides. So that would be x plus 2 equals plus or minus. Now do you remember what the square root of 1/2 was? We did it over here whenever we had r squared equals the square root of 1/2. So whenever we did that, we did the square root of 1 is 1, the square root of 2 is square root of 2, and because we can't leave a denominator in an irrational form, we have to rationalize the denominator. So we multiply top and bottom by the square root of 2 to end up getting the square root of 2 over 2. Just hate to reinvent the wheel if we've already done the work once. Now let's subtract 2 from both sides to get x equals -2 plus or minus the square root of 2 over 2. Now that literally means two different equations though, doesn't it? That would be -2 plus the square root of 2 over 2. Oops, and I guess I should say, instead of x equals, I should say comma 0. And -2 minus the square root of 2 over 2 comma 0. These would be our two x-intercepts.